Hi teacher, my name is Jennifer Tiban and I'm going to talk about origin and evolution of pedagogy. Here we have the KWL chart, is a graphic organizer. Okay, in the first part we have what we know about the topic origin and evolution of pedagogy. We know that education has been transmitted 4 years ago. Also that some countries are characterized by the quality of the education and how they have developed it and the different learning teaching methods. In the second part, we have what we want to know. In this case, we want to know where and how education originated. What was its origin? And our contribution to education science, its beginning, and teaching methods, etc. In the last part, what we learned after receiving the class, education originated in primitive communities and countries like Egypt is characterized by developing writing, mathematics, and architecture. It's all. In summary, education has been developing for years. A new branch of education has been discovered. Thank you.
My name is Erika Pilaluma, and today I'm going to talk about origin and evolution of pedagogy. So, pedagogy originated in primitive communities with the transmission of knowledge, parents to children. Plato, on the other hand, saw education as a realization of the soul, and with that, the body would later benefit or need a stable society. And John Dewey mentioned that in relation to pedagogy, the purpose of education should not revolve around the acquisition of skills, but rather the realization of one's full potential and the ability to use them for the greater good. So pedagogy is defined as the science that studies education and teaching. It has the function of guiding educational action based on certain practices, techniques, and principles. In ancient China, education was based on poetry, religion, and philosophy. In Greece, it saw perfection in aesthetics, music, literature, philosophy, and gymnastics. In Rome, it began with disciplines such as engineering, administration, political organization, architecture, and law. And finally, in Egypt, they had writing principles in science, mathematics, and architecture.
My name is Brian Topanta. I'm going to talk about two exponents of pedagogy. Paulo Freire. He was a Brazilian educator and philosopher. Paulo Freire is considered one of the most outstanding educators of the 20th century due to his critical vision of education and his proposal for a liberating approach to teaching. Some of his most important contributions are Pedagogy of the Oppressed, Problematizing Education, Dialogue and Critical Literacy. On the other hand, we will also talk about Jean Piaget. Jean Piaget, he was a Swiss psychologist and educator who demonstrated the theory of cognitive development, which explains how children build their knowledge through interaction with their environment. His ideas have had a great influence on early childhood education and the way science and mathematics are taught. Some of his most important contributions are active learning, constructivism, stage of cognitive development, and learning by discovery.
Good morning, teacher. My name is Jessica Bermeo, and I'm going to talk about Jan Amos Komansky, or better known as Comenius. He was the father of modern pedagogy, and he thought that violence wasn't the best teaching method in his time. He also created his writing called Didactica Magna, which refers to the disciplinary area in the education of children. He distinguished between school discipline and domestic discipline. And the last one refers to the home. and was conducted by the parents. For him, moral education was very important because its objective was to instruct students in what he perceived as correct, ethical, and social behavior. And he wanted education to be available to everyone, regardless of social class, religion, and age, and so on. The other author is Jean-Jacques Rousseau. He thought that the child should be the center of educational process, and he thought the students must be people who think for themselves and question what they learn. That's why Rousseau broke all the molds of education, because he didn't want that the adults turn students into tools for their own benefit. And that's all. Thank you.